Hello, and welcome back. Yes, you thought we were finished with the upgrades? No. Right here, we've got the van jacked up. Because today, we're fitting some airbags. Yes, you heard me, airbags. Not the kind in the front, these ones going on the back to help with this suspension. So, let's go over to the shed, check out what Terry's up to.
Right, we're just fitting this airbag kit from Boss Air Suspension to the LDV van. I've just fitted one to mine, so I know what I've got to do. It all fits up quite well. The only real modifications you have to do is these plates that hold the bottom airbag bracket onto the axle are too wide to fit in on the plate support bracket, I suppose you'd call it, on the LDV. So we just need to trim them down to 38mm. So I'm just going to mark these up, cut them with an angle grinder, do that first and put a bit of paint on them so the paint's drying while I assemble all the rest of it. So that's about the only real modification you've got to do. 18mm.
Is that all you've got to cut it down by?
Yeah.
Also not much.
No, not a lot. Not off each side, but...
Yeah. Terry's makeshift spray stand.
I also ran them over on the Lanisher, which is totally unnecessary, but yeah, just to make it look pretty.
Yeah.
Not the best paint job I've ever done, but you won't really see it.
No, you won't. I don't think anyone will see it. So just a little speed bump. So Terry on his van, because it's empty currently, because he's just starting to build, which is very exciting, but because it's empty, the back isn't as heavy as ours, so the van is sitting higher, whereas because ours is full, the chassis is already sitting quite low on the suspension, meaning that to fit the tool in, it's much more of a snug space than on his, so we're fiddling around trying to find the right extender and drill bit for attaching the plates that we just did, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. It used to fit on here, I think, but this is already pretty snug up here. There's the wheel. Okay, so yeah, that didn't fit, so what we're going to do now, we've got the jack out. I'm going to jack the chassis of the van up, as it's currently just jacked up on the axles, and that should relieve some of the weight off the suspension, allowing for that gap to fill and be larger, and then we can get in there. Oh, Terry, you're so strong, you're lifting a whole car.
Yes.
Plenty of space now. So this is where the airbags will sit, just here, supporting on it. Get used to seeing space. We're gonna have lots of it.
Oh, much better.
So you're taking off that rubber mount, that rubber.
Taking off the bump stop, and the airbag fits onto that bump stop mount. The bolt. And onto the bottom mount here where the bump stop would hit if it where the bump stop would bump. Exactly right, Ben. It's really hard to see, but they're held in with a Torx bit. I'll have to have a look at it in a minute. I think it's about a number 25, but I will confirm that. And that's that down. A T, does that say 50?
T50.
T50 Torx bit.
There we go. So this is the the bump stop,
Yep.
which the airbag will replace. Now on to number 2.
Extra bit of glue on that one.
Did you fit it?
Now I'm just going to give these a wipe down with a damp rag while we go and prep the, just so that it can be drying off. Just this, Ben's got this van very dirty. So
100% do not attempt this if it's been raining or wet. That would be very silly, but being dry, and we spoke to some people, we're like, nah, we'll give it a go.
just so they can be drying off. Doesn't really need to do that, but while I prep the airbags ready for install. All the airbags come nicely boxed up. All your parts, I've taken some out of this already, but they come in a kit all bagged up for you. Now, just if anybody's not sure, they do come with 2 little blanking plugs for the bottom brackets, which I didn't see to start with, but they are definitely in there in the little packet, which I've just taken away. Before we assemble the airbags, it's not a bad idea just to run a tap 8th gas or 8th MPT thread just through there, just to clear out the powder coat and paint, so you get a nice seal, just to help prevent air leaks. So pretty simple if you do it now. Now you need to do that on the bottom brackets, which you'll see, and also the top brackets as well. The top brackets as well. That's where the airline fittings will go in. Some of them look like they've been cleaned out, but some haven't. So it doesn't hurt to give them a little spray with a
Man's best friend.
Man's best friend, the old WD-40. So what we'll do now is fit the top plate. Just have a bit of a look around the airbag, make sure there's no damage. It doesn't look to appear to be. They just simply bolt down with the provided tapered countersunk head screws. The only advice I would say with this is just wind them down reasonably slowly. Don't just torque down one side. You know, spread the load around a little bit as we're going. What I tend to do is go every second one, skip it every second one, and just keep progressively tightening them until they are quite firm. With anything like this, it's a good idea just to make sure you get all your bolts started before you get too much tension on one side. They say you should have approximately a 2mm gap between this plate and that there. What I've done, I've just got 2 1mm shims that I had here. I'm sure you can find something similar. It probably don't need to be that precise, but just gives you a guide. This is the bottom, much the same as the top, only already assembled the top on the other side. You just screw these on loosely, and that ring will then spin around. That then allows you to position this exactly where it needs to be. Once you're mounted in place, then you go through the same sequence and just tighten these all up once it's sitting in situ. So we've got both the airbags assembled. As I said, the bottom's just in with a couple of screws, so that can be turned around to be located. I set them up roughly the way they will be, so the 2 air plugs either side. Now they supply you for the bottom in this little box, little bag I should say, of bolts. 2 plugs for the bottom to stop the air escaping, and you have to look for those because I didn't realise they were in there. But they also supply you with a little tube of sealant. Now these are actually a imperial size Allen key. If you're not used to working on anything like, I have a Harley, so I do have a collection of imperial tools as well, but if you're trying to find a metric one that fits, you won't. So this is obviously just allows you to fill air from the bottom if you, for some reason, or if this would be a top bracket. It's a sort of a universal thing. So I put those at the bottom, and then with the same sealant we put the air hose in on the top one, which then has to be offset on the chassis. That swivels, so there's one airbag ready for assembly. I'll just put those two fittings in the other one, and we'll be right to go out to the car. Alright, so where we took the bump stop out from, I purchased these. I think they will supply them in the kit because now they know what it is, but it's just a M10 countersunk 25mm long bolt, and that goes into where the top bump stop mount was. Putting a little bit of the blue Loctite, I think it's called nut lock, just to help it stop it coming undone. I don't think it would anyway, but a little bit of Loctite if you got it certainly won't hurt. And get that nice and tight, as tight as you can with an Allen key. Now I have the airbag. Let's make sure we've got the right one for the right side. They will sort of fit either way, but I've got them set up so that the offset's going to the inside of the rail, and there's a longer end and a shorter end on the bracket. I've just got that so the longer end's at the back. It doesn't really matter, but that's just how I've done it. So now get that there, slide him up, and it's basically in place. Now, of course, that airline fitting at the top sits out beside. You need to push that over as far as pretty much as far as you can to give it some clearance. And then, again, nylock nuts would be better. I didn't have any, so I'm just going to use a bit of blue Loctite again on these, but these are a flange nut. It'd be plenty good enough for what we need to do here, I'm thinking.
There we go, one down, one to go. So that's both airbags in place. Now, as Terry said, it's the worst job. Tightening up all the little bolts. And because we've been driving the van for the last year or so, it's very dusty under here.
Thanks, Ben.
There's lots of dust coming down. So that's a wrap on day 1. This is hopefully just a 2-day job, like last time. Good morning, it's day 3. Now I know this was only supposed to be 2 days of work, so yes, we are behind schedule. But so far today, we've managed to get both the airbags fitted underneath, and then tomorrow we've just got to run the lines that you fill it up with. I'll put a graphic on it now, I'll explain it all here.
So in the van, the airbags are mounted on top of the rear axles here. As they're airbags, they obviously need air in them. So we're running inflator lines down into the van. We can then inflate the airbags from here, which will raise the tyre suspension.
But we're going to run those all the way through, and ideally just put them into our charging box. So when we're in here, we can just quickly zoom, zoom, and adjust the airbags as we need to from inside the van. So if we're on a real crooked park and we need to drain a shower or something, we'll be able to do that. So yeah, catch you tomorrow. Good morning, day 2. And so yesterday we finished off all of the airbags fitting underneath. Today we now need to just run the little hoses so you can pump them up. And we're just going to do that in here. This is our charging box. Everything is removed, as you can see. So the hoses are just going to come up and fit in here. And then we'll be able to just access them from the inside. So if we want to level the van up a bit more, if we want to shower, so that's the plan for today. And hopefully it'll be fairly simple. Oh god, it's bright today. Hopefully it's simple. Famous last words, eh? So this is who we got our suspension kit through. It's called Boss Air Suspension. They're based in Queensland. Comes with the whole kit. This right here is the piping to inflate. So one of these hoses will attach onto each airbag. I'll put a little graphic on because that's easier, and it'll just explain.
So each of the airbags needs a separate inflator line, which we're running together along the underside of the van and up through into our charging box.
Okay, so the holes are drilled. Let me try and show you from under the van. You can see our electrical pipes running in. You can see the drain vent holes of the battery, and then there's the new holes. Then there's the new holes which the air cables are going to go through. Okay, so the first one is in and up, coming up through. One down, one to go. Alright, moment of truth.
van.
Oh, not much to see. So because we jacked up the van so high to take the pressure off of the chassis, we're now not actually noticing any difference. So what we're doing is lowering the van back down but taking it off the jacks, and then hopefully we'll be able to feel the difference of the airbags, in theory.
Yeah, look how much higher it is.
that is much higher.
Yeah, that's bumped right up though, but that is much higher.
Very nice. Ooh. So that's working nicely. So yeah, just down here on our cupboard is the inflator point, as you saw. So just with a manual air compressor gun, you just fill it up from in here and then let it down, and you can see it inflating and deflating as we go. But before we take it for a drive, we're actually gonna swap the tyres around because we've driven on these tyres now for over a year and they're getting a bit wear and tear, so we're just going to swap the fronts with the backs and the backs with the fronts, which will give us another 10 or so thousand Ks on them hopefully before we invest in some new tyres. So that's another job. Whilst the van is jacked up, figured it was may as well take you along. Okay, so that's 4 wheels back on, the airbags are done. I think that's a wrap for today and this video. So we'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Any questions, just drop them in the comments below. See ya!